I'm Fizzy, this is my kitchen, so let's make something. So today I'm going to be making a good old English trifle. We're going to be making the sponges, we're going to be having a raspberry and apple jelly in there, and then we're going to have a nice homemade custard with cream and then more fruit in there. Ah, it's going to be great. Let's do it.
Okay, so let's start off with our sponge. You're going to want to separate an egg into a bowl. Make sure you don't get any of the yolk in there. And you're going to want to beat that up as if you're making a meringue. After a while, you want to add in about 1/3 of your sugar. Whisk that in until it's dissolved. And then the second third. And then the last third you're going to want to put into the bowl with your yolk. Now just keep whisking that until you get nice stiff peaks. Now take your bowl with your yolk and sugar, and you're going to whisk that until it gets nice and light. Now put a bit of the egg whites into the egg yolk mixture, and then pour that all into the egg whites. And fold that in until it's combined. Now you want to sift in your self-raising flour, very important that there's no lumps in it. And then you just fold that in. Once that's all folded, you're going to want to put that into a piping bag with a large round nozzle, and you're going to want to pipe little sausages onto some baking parchment or a baking sheet. And then those go in the oven at 200 degrees for 8 minutes until they're just golden on top. Now onto our jelly. So you're going to want to take about 6 tablespoons of our juice, and you're going to want to put that into the microwave and heat that up. Then you're going to take our powdered gelatin, and you're going to want to dissolve that into our hot juice. Make sure there are no grains left. And then you pour that into the rest of the juice and give it a good stir. And now at the bottom of your bowl or trifle dish, you're going to want to put your sponge fingers. And then some fruit on top of that. I'm using raspberries and strawberries. And pour your jelly mixture on that. Now onto the custard. Again, you want to separate a couple eggs. This time we want the yolks, we don't want the egg whites. Put in some caster sugar and give that a good whisk so it's nice and combined. Now Now we're going to want to heat up some milk and cream. Put in the seeds of a vanilla pod and then the entire vanilla pod itself. Then you're going to want to put that onto the hob until it just comes to the boil. Now take out your vanilla pod, you don't need that anymore. And while whisking your egg mixture, you want to slowly pour in our milk and cream. And then put that back into the pan and take that back onto the hob. On a very low temperature now, we're going to thicken it with a little bit of corn flour. Once that's nice and thick, we're going to pour it onto our set jelly. And lastly, our cream. Gonna take some cream in a bowl and you're gonna whip it until it's nice and stiff. And you're going to want to pipe it or spread it on top of your trifle. And finally, you just decorate with some fruit. And then our trifle is done.
So here's my trifle. Look at all the layers. A little bit of a disaster with the cream. But oh well. So I got a spoon. So I'm gonna dig in. Where do I start? How do I do this? Okay. Oh. Just got the cream and the custard and fruit there. If you haven't made homemade custard before, you really need to. You will taste the difference. Let's try and get into this jelly. That is really good. It's not overly sweet because I didn't add any extra sugar, it's just that pure juice in there. And then with that custard, which is obviously very sweet, and the unsweetened cream on top, and the slight sharpness from the raspberries and the strawberries, it's really good. So I've got an awful lot of trifle to eat. If you've enjoyed what you just watched, make sure you hit that like button. Check out my other videos and subscribe if you haven't already. Till next time.
I spend my money on myself, but you can shake it for me anyway.